So hello everyone, welcome back to my YouTube channel. So your JEE Advance is over and now this video is coming like how to choose the best college for yourself. Before this I haven't made the video even after getting lots of queries like you are getting a very good NIT, but there you are getting lower branch, and at the same time you are getting a decent IIIT with upper branch like computer science. So the selection of NIT lower branch versus IIIT top branch depends upon lots of factors like startups, placements, campus life, fees, mess, sports, infrastructure, and alumni network. The exposure you are getting into these colleges. So each of the students have different types of their importance towards each of the factor. So there is not a unique answer for this. Like you can't explicitly say like NIT lower branch is better than IIIT top branch. Actually it depends upon students to student, like which factor he prefers more. So before starting this video I would like to tell about myself, like who am I to tell you all these things. So right now I am a fourth year undergraduate student at Indian Institute of Information Technology Kottayam, and I am from computer science branch. And in 2021 I had qualified JEE mains with 97 percentile, and also I had qualified JEE advanced, but the rank was not good enough to get into IITs, even the lower branch into IITs. I will be honest, the rank was not good so that I can even enter into the lower branch of IITs. So I also have that time this confusion like whether I have to take an IT lower branch or IIIT top branch. And right now I am a software developer intern, if you have watched my previous videos also. And uh, and till now the placement is not started, so don't judge me like don't ask my salary, because not even a single student from my batch is yet placed. So with your all support, like from the past 3 years I am doing this counseling work for free. I haven't charged even a single penny, even if I was offered. So, and I will request you to all, like, go through this complete video and then analyze yourself, like which factor suits you more, like which factor is more important to you, and then decide which college you have to take. So the first point is that this tag that actually matters. Like you don't have actually two choices like between NITs and IIITs. You have third choice also, like you can also join private colleges, and there you will definitely get a very decent branch, and their infrastructures and all the facilities that they are providing is also very good. So you have third option also, like whether you should consider this private colleges or not. So for this I would like to tell that tag actually matters. Like if I consider myself, if I consider my experience only in my interview, when I was giving, like I had given many interviews for these internships and all, but whenever I say like I am from IIIT, I am, or or just I say Indian Institute of Information Technology Kottayam, like this actually creates an impact on the interviewer. Companies also see, like it's the reputation of the companies. Like when you will be in third year or fourth year, you will get to know when you will be applying in companies, like they mention in their bio like they are working with many IITians, they are hiring many NITians. So we can say that this tag actually matters. Many of the companies are just going into top IITs, and even in top IITs they are considering computer science students only. So this tag basically separates you out from a large crowd. And if I compare with NIT versus IIIT tag, definitely NIT tag is more powerful than IIIT as per now. But as you know that IIITs are also going in a very great speed. So we can certainly say that IIIT and NIT tags are great. But if you compare with tag of NIT and IIIT, then definitely NIT is better than IIIT. NIT is totally central. and like most of the triple ITs are in public private relationship. If you are watching this video and you are getting NIT, triple IT, don't ever go for these private colleges. I repeat, don't go for any of the private college. So if I talk about computer science core, like most of the NIT's curriculum are outdated, I will be honest. Like they still teach you physics, chemistry, the subjects which you actually don't need in this software developing field. But if you compare with triple IT, their curriculum is a lot advanced. Like if I talk about my college only, like we were taught AI, ML and cloud computing and many of the things like which are totally oriented to this IT industry only. But if you compare with NIT, like their syllabus is kind of outdated nowadays. And so now what you have to do is, like you whatever the NIT you are getting at your rank, you just have to check out their curriculum, like what they are teaching you. And the second thing I would like to add, the college gives you the short description of each of the subjects. They don't make you placement ready. Like for example, if I talk about DSA, which is the most important thing for placement, then I can say uh, we are taught DSA for like 3 semesters, but the DSA we are taught, like it is not actually useful for our placements. Like in placement we are given a question of like something from platforms like lead code, GFG code studio, a very standard types of question. And whatever we are taught in college, like they all are theory oriented basically. So at the end of the day you have to do the self study by yourself. And there are few subjects which are theory oriented more, like operating system, DBMS, system design, computer networks. So the computer science branch have the advantage in placement, like they all know these subjects at least at very basic level. And yeah, and if you take any lower branch in NITs, you have to study the whole lot of thing by your own. So this thing actually creates pressure on a student, like they have to study whole computer science by their own. Whereas if I compare with myself, like I am from computer science branch, I at least know the basics of many of the fields like cloud computing, system design, artificial intelligence, machine learning, because they are all taught in my semesters. Okay, so now let's talk about the reality of placements. Like we are taught many of the subjects in computer science, but actually you don't need all these subjects for your placement. Like in a very general way, like you have to do DSA and you have to learn any tech stack for your projects, for your internships. Like you can choose web development, you can choose Android development, you can choose ML machine, you can choose a machine learning, you can choose artificial intelligence. And the thing I would like to tell, that you have to be the master of these subjects. If you know the web development, you should know the web development by your heart. So in a very general way, I can say that triple IT's curriculum are far better than NIT's. And maybe the NIT you are getting, their curriculum is updated. So that's why I'm saying you just see the curriculum of your NIT and then take the decision, like whether you have to choose triple IT or NIT. So now coming back to placement, if you compare the same branch in NIT and triple IT computer science branch, then you will find in a very general way, like the placement of NITs are better than triple ITs. And their reason is like NITs are well established institutes, like they are kind of old, they have a great alumni network. But if you compare with NIT lower branch versus triple IT top branch, then the situation is kind of little tricky, because most of the companies in NITs don't allow lower branch students for the placement. So so what's the point of getting into NITs for placement if you are not allowed to sit into placements, because the companies is not allowing the college, because they don't want to take a lower branch student into their companies. Like there are many NITs, there are many companies which are doing this. So in this case, I can say like NITs and triple IITs, they both are equal if you compare with NIT lower branch versus triple IT top branch. Whereas if you are getting a very decent branch in triple IT, then you are not be restricted by any of the companies. So now what actually matters for placement is about your skills. If you are skilled enough, then you can take placement from the private college also. I would recommend you a channel Striver. He's a inspiration for all of the like IIT graduates. Even in IIT Bombay's also, like people do watch their video for placement. And now see the irony. This man Striver is from tier 3 college, from the private college, and that private college is not also very good. Like it's a very like it's a very average college, but this man had cracked many of the companies like Amazon, Media.net, and right now is working in Google. So at the end of the day, skills matters for your placement. Like somewhat NITs do have a little favor in this placement because they have a huge alumni network. So in case, like the right now the recession is going on, so the placement even in the premier institutes like IITs and all had gone very worst, I can say. So in all these cases, alumni came into picture and they helped their juniors to get placed. And NITs have a very huge alumni network if you compare with triple ITs. So so in this case, NITs are little better than triple IT. But at the end of the day, skills only matters, because even if the seniors give referrals to you and you weren't able to, and you are not able to solve the coding questions, you are not able to crack the interview, then all these things are like worthless, because at the end of the day, skills only matters. And if you have skills, then you can get referrals through LinkedIn, through Internsala. You can make your own connection. And it's not like triple ITs don't have any of the alumni network. Triple IT also have alumni network, but as compared to NITs, they have little less. So now let's talk about campus life. So in a very general way, NITs have a much better campus life if you compare with triple ITs. NITs have uh, NITs are getting huge funds for their fest, as they are fully central, and uh, they have a large campus size. Their fests, their clubs, their like other activities are lots more funded than triple ITs. Triple ITs also have good fest, depends upon triple ITs, and also depends upon NITs also. But in a very general way, the campus life of NITs is better than triple IT, because the exposure you are getting into NITs is better than triple IT. Talking about exposure, in this exposure type of things, NITs are far better than triple ITs. They have a more alumni network, so you can connect with any senior and you can have a guidance with him. In NITs you can find more talented people, because the seats in NITs are also much greater than triple ITs. They have many branches, they have many people, so you will find more talented people in NITs. if you compare with triple ITs. And if I talk about infrastructure type of thing, then somewhat I can say the new triple ITs which are now establishing is better than old NITs, because these NITs are made after a long time ago. And if I talk about new triple ITs, like mostly everything is built, everything is brought new. uh, and if I talk about my personal experience, like my friend is in NIT Allahabad electronics branch, and when he saw my hostel tour video, campus tour video, room tour video, then he was like, we are literally living in like hotels because of the hygienity, because of the cleanliness, because of the infrastructure we are getting is all new. But if I talk about these old NITs, they were built after a long time ago, so that's why they are like kind of old. So in this infrastructure and facilities types of things, I can say triple ITs is like slightly better than NITs. Again, it depends upon college to college. So better you should watch the campus tour, campus review videos of the college you are getting, and then you can better decide upon which parameter you suits the best. So now let's talk about fees, or some people also say return of investment. In a very general way, I can say NITs, the fees in NITs are much lesser than triple ITs, and the simple reason is they are centrally funded. But actually, it doesn't matter much. The thing I would like to say, don't compromise your career on the basis of this fees or this return of investment type of things. Don't compromise your career in this. Education loans are easily available, and this college life is not gonna come many times in your life. You are just now 12th pass, and the feeling, and this feeling of getting into college for the first time is totally different. So now coming to the mess. So every mess has same story, like students don't like its food, they generally prefer canteen, or they just do Zomato, Swiggy. And it's the same for all of the triple ITs, NITs, IITs and all. But this video is comparing video, so I will go into slightly depth of this. So in newly triple ITs, the facilities like you are getting like tables, chairs, the hygienity is better than old NITs. But since NITs are central government, so the fees is kind of low in NITs. So from this perspective, you can say NITs are slightly better than triple IT. But if you compare with facilities, then definitely triple IT is better than NIT. And again, it depends upon which NIT, which triple IT. So you must have to see their separate campus tour, campus review videos. So now let's coming back to sports. So in a very general way, NITs are way better than triple ITs if I can talk about the sports sector. And the simple reason is being NITs are centrally government, they have a huge campus size. So they have a separate ground for each of the sports. Like they have a separate ground for cricket, separate ground for football. They have more number of people if you compare with triple ITs. So I can say that in NITs, there's in a very general way, this NITs are better in this sports sector if you compare with triple ITs. Okay, so see, I had covered most of the major points that you should know between selecting the college. You can't take advantage of both of them. Actually, the thing is, people misguide you and tell you that join my counseling, I will get to I will get you into your dream college. But the thing is, but the reality is, nobody can take you into your dream college. You will get the college what you deserve, not the college what you dreamt. This is the fact that I am telling you. Analyze each of the point carefully that I had made in this video. These are the most important points, and each of the points depends upon students to student. Like some may prefer sports, some prefer facilities, some prefer infrastructure, some prefer campus life, some prefer exposure. So I had given a brief intro, a brief explanation how to select the college for yourself. But at the end of the day, you have to decide. And one thing more, and listen carefully. Many of you I am not taking any of the name, any of these channels name. Like they take 1,000 rupees, 2,000, 3,000, whatever it is, and do the counseling for you. Like you tell your rank, and I don't know how they just give you the list of best colleges without asking you what's your preference, what's your whatever it is. So don't depend upon them. Like don't depend upon them even 50%. Analyze yourself which college you suits for you the best, which college suits you the best. Make decision according to what is more important to you, because you can't get everything. So at the end of this video, I would like to just say all the best for your counseling. And please don't study from now itself for don't study even the language for college, like C++, whatever it is. Like you have 4 years, and these 4 years are enough for you today to study all these things. Don't like you have completed this J advanced, J mains things, and now you are getting ready for college, so you should know the all these language first, then you should enter into college. Like you have enough time for this. Have patience, spend some time with your family, with your friends, with your school friends and all. Don't study from now only for this college. And after the counseling, like you can study the language C++, Java, but don't do between this counseling process. And even in this counseling process, like be little chill. You will get the college what you deserve, like what I had said previously. And actually the thing is, I want to talk more, but I know while editing this video will be like quite of lengthy, so I'm ending this video as of now. And if you haven't subscribed this channel, please subscribe the channel. That's the only thing I ask from you. Please like, share and subscribe the channel. And so that's it for this video, and happy counseling.